Hey, what's up everybody? Silverbolt25 here, bringing a custom figure review of Sentinel Prime. I haven't done a review in a long time, so try to bear with me, folks. So, let's get to this guy. As you can tell, this figure went through a lot of changes. Now put it more armor plating, a lot of paint applications, new weapons, modified shield. Pretty sweet. First thing I'm going to talk about is this right here. This is a blaster off of the stupid, dumb, retarded backpack for Dark in the Moon Leader Class Bumblebee. So what I did with it, I just scrapped the entire backpack and took off the weapons. I do have those little missile pods. Might do something with those in the near future. But here is the cannon off of it. It's been modified. I took the little targeting mechanism off and tossed some paint on it, and also added a little handle for the gun, and it can fit in the hand and in these MechTech ports, whatever they call them in for the figures. But here's the gun. It's got some different paint applications. It's silver with red and some gold on it. It looks pretty sweet. It was quick, easy, and so this is my take on the corrosive rust cannon dealio. Next I'm going to talk about is the Primax sword. That was actually on the box for this guy. Is it the Primax sword and shield? No clue what it meant, but I'm sticking with it. But anyways, this is a sword made completely out of styrene. Now, as you can tell, the scale is pretty much the size of the entire figure. And compared to the original Primax sword, this thing is smaller. And actually, it's funny that I noticed in some CGI renders is that this is in the wrong spot. No, wait, never mind. I was wrong. Yeah, forget I said that. But anyways, but in the CGI renderings, that this is supposed to be this size. I think the reason why they made this small so it could fit in the back of the figure, so it could for storage. But I really don't do that when I transform the figure. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make a big ass Primax sword, and there it is right there. Pretty cool. It's not completely accurate, but it looks pretty damn good. Next I'm going to talk about is the Primax shield. If I can just get out of this freaking hand. There we go. Now, it's the original shield, but it has styrene pieces added onto it, and it doesn't move or have that stupid gimmick. So it's just a nice, solid shield. Like, if I was fighting Decepticons, I would want probably something this wide instead of something so narrow like it was originally, because what if a round or something comes and hits me in the neck or the head or something, like a lucky shot. But no, I'd want something a little more cover. Like most shields are pretty much the size of shields pretty much are the size of the lengthwise is the size of a human. Lengthwise it covers an entire human, and you could say that pretty much it covers Sentinel pretty well, and just close, but that's alright. So now I'm going to get to the entire figure itself. As you can tell, it went through a lot of different changes. It's got some the armor plating some armor plating I added, which is made entirely out of styrene. I bulked up the legs with some styrene. I added the little armor bits here, some in here, here, and on the arms, even on the legs. And both legs got the numbers on it, which was the number 3 and 1. Not my best attempt at making numbers with nothing but paint, but not too bad of a job. Actually, the legs look a little more wider than they originally did. Also, I got some, in the movie he had some sort of hoses or wiring or whatever was under the wheel in his chest. So what I did was take some Bionicle pieces and a rubber tubing from a iPod cord, which I have a small piece, some leftover pieces, which was this stuff here. And I shaped it and then colored it with a black Sharpie. So there you have that. Pretty cool. Sorry about that. And also with the head has an entire ball joint in it. We go up, down. It's not a very tight ball joint, but it gives the figure a little more class. Like, it doesn't look so like, oh, my head is stiff and can only move side to side. Well, now my head moves up and down. Beat that. Oh yeah. But yeah, it looks good. You know, it gives the head a little more height. Like, it makes it look like he actually has a neck instead of like it's sinking down into his body. But yeah, it looks good. I added some pieces in here which were smokestacks from Off-Road Ironhide, and Off-Road Ironhide, he was damaged, so I just pretty much like, you know what, I already got the Leader Class Ironhide from Dark of the Moon, and the figure's freaking fantastic, so I just decided to scrap the Off-Road Ironhide and add some pieces. And I actually used the Off-Road Ironhide a lot for a custom project that's a work in progress right at the moment. I'm trying to keep that under wraps. So yeah. Not only that, but I gave Sentinel more of a longer bicep. I took it off of first movie, Leader Class, Night Watch, Optimus Prime. The reason why that figure's been scratched for a long time before I even got Sentinel Prime. And so yeah, it worked great. You know, I added some little paint decals here, and then everything fitted together perfectly. And how this is all fitting together has been super glued onto the original piece that was in the arm. If you take apart the arm, you got like a little where the screw goes. I'll just like back here where this screw goes. It's all, which is connected to this piece here. This piece here, and then that's all been super glued, and it fits really good. And also, the figure is a little taller than it originally was. The reason why I did that was because these arms were way too long, so I had to modify and make the figure taller so it could still transform. The figure still transforms, and it works well. And you give me a second to transform him, and give me a second to transform him. But I also forgot that the arm here has a little more added articulation, so he's got a little more bend in there, and then he's also got the original bend right there. So he's got like 2 points of 5 points of articulation in his arm, and pretty much the basic articulation with his legs, even with the added part in there. It goes up and then like that, and then of course that was not supposed to happen. I gotta fix that. But you get the general idea of it. I'm sorry if this review is kind of crappy. I have not done this in a long time. So, like I said before, just bear with me, folks. So, I'm going to transform him, and I'll show you the modifications I've done to the figure in vehicle mode. Alright, well, here's Sentinel Prime. It actually took a little longer than I thought to, reform him. Everything, all the mods and stuff, that I added, actually created more work for me to, to do this. But anyway, the figure is a lot longer than it originally was. Like, it was maybe about an inch, maybe 2 inches shorter around there, tops. But, but anyway, everything, all the mods and stuff, here it is, right here. And, one thing I had to do was make this longer because this figure is so top heavy, and it would have been nice if Hasbro never made this figure so top heavy so it could stand. It would have been nice if they made it like how they did Optimus. Made it a solid figure, Revenge of the Fallen Optimus. Then again, Hasbro has been getting pretty sloppy lately. But anyway, here's Sentinel. It looks pretty good. It's got, there's probably a few minor miscalculations here and there, but it turned out good. And like one of the mods I had to do is, like I said before, I had to make this longer, was because of the figure's too tall, and I had to make this longer. But what I did was there's like a piece of a pen in here, then I went around it with some styrene and painted it black. I just probably put some paint touch-ups in here and stuff like that. But in other words, it looks all right. And I've got a few miscalculations here and there. I gotta still work on it. Maybe I had to put a little more work on it a little more. But also that I had to make this longer because it was a gap left in there. So that's why I did that. But here's the underside of the figure, and that's why I added these little bits that slid out, and so the arms could fit in. All the mods, all the armor plating fits in pretty well. And not only that, but right here the hoses were connected to there. Now they're right here, removable. Simple as that. And it rolls all right. There's probably some stuff I got to fix here and there, but I'll definitely fix it up a little bit, make it look a little better. But in other words, it turned out pretty good. And yeah, so let me know what you think. Also, just to tease one of my projects, take a guess whose gun this is. That's my quick tease from one of my projects. I got some of it done, but I got a whole lot more to work on. Well, catch you on the flip side. This is Silverbolt 25, signing off.